From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie watchman. Jesus Christ, crucified for hate speech. As freedom of speech dissipates in Western countries, its ugly tentacles have wrapped around the institutions of these once free nations. Those who stand up for righteousness are shut down, taken off social media, shadow banned, demonised by the media and demonised by the politicians, and lose their jobs. Truth is considered hate speech. It is not to be mentioned, not to be whispered in polite conversation. Those who cross the threshold and communicate truth are shunned by their peers. They risk much for the sake of truth. Truth that can set people free from their chains and onto a path with a relationship with their Creator. It is truth that the world needs desperately, but it is also truth they do not want to hear. The world is at enmity with the one true God. Jesus Christ himself was punished because of unpopular speech. He was crucified for what was considered hate speech in his time. Jesus claimed he was the Messiah, the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. This was considered blasphemous hate speech, and so he was dragged off to the governor, Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate knew the difference between speech and actual criminal behaviour and claimed to the crowd that Jesus had committed no crime and that the shedding of innocent blood would be on their head. Jesus had spoken truth, which had contradicted one of their core beliefs. It was this reason, and this reason only, that led the Sanhedrin to kill Jesus. At one stage, Pontius said, "What is truth?" This was quite insightful, as it demonstrated that Pontius understood that to kill someone for believing in something different from himself was dangerous, as he may be the one in the wrong. Who decides what is truth? In Western society, we all know what is considered blasphemous hate speech. On the top of the list is anything that contradicts the homosexual agenda. While it may be true that the homosexual lifestyle is one that contradicts the direct command of God, and even contradicts nature itself, pointing out that homosexuality is a sin is no longer acceptable in the decadent West. This mindset has not only trapped people into that lifestyle, but also hampers those who wish to leave that life. Those who minister to this group have found their job increasingly difficult. Conversion therapy is scorned and demonized, even though it is completely voluntary, and especially when it is successful. Truth is now hate speech. And this truth, which is not even allowed to be uttered, is the doorway to freedom. Those who enforce political speech are in fact doing great harm to the homosexual community by shutting the only door that can lead them into the light. The true definition of hate speech is that which directly incites violence against another. It's let's shoot this guy or hurt this person. However, hate speech, as redefined by a degraded culture, is that which is actually love speech. It is speech which shows people the doorway to Christ, to wholeness and to acceptance with their Creator. It is speech that may incite violence against those who say it, because truth hurts and it cuts deep to the bone. But it is the not speech that encourages violence against a particular group. This love speech can cost you everything, just as Jesus Christ lost his life for uttering truth. It is truth that sets people free from bondage.